All right, ladies and gentlemen, another Champions League match week. This time around, it is the second leg of the round of 16 tie that we play tonight. And four games have been lined up in the big screen for us to see and enjoy. And out of these four, three good games out of the four needs a balance of deficit, at least for the teams that are on the losing end, to see if they can qualify. And the majority of these teams that are looking for balance of deficit to qualify are English teams, right? Tonight, Sporting CP will welcome Bodo Glimt, who beat them 3-0 away in Norway. And one can easily imagine that this game is as easy as over because Bodo Glimt are with a 3 goals cushion, and they have proved to be a very difficult side to beat this season, despite them coming to the Champions League for the first time in their history. As I speak to you, in the time of this recording, Sporting CP are leading Bodo Glimt to 1-0, and they still have 2 goals to balance in the process. Meanwhile, after that, in the 9 o'clock fixtures, 3 games to be played. Arsenal will welcome Bayern Leverkusen in the return leg. In the first leg, Arsenal suffered dearly. They didn't get to play the way they wanted to play just because the Leverkusen guys have already earmarked and marked out that the English team, Arsenal, are so good with set pieces to the point that in the first half, it was only one corner that was being played, and it's that goal that was scored by Tillman before Kai Havertz went ahead to steal a point for the visitors in the nick of time to go 1-1 draw. But tonight, Arsenal will look to, repeat what happened in 2002 Champions League, where Arsenal played 1-1 in the first leg, and in the second leg, they played 4-1 to beat Bayern Leverkusen. Good goals from Thierry Henry and Dennis Bergkamp. That way, Arsenal qualified in the 2002 edition of the Champions League. But tonight, it is going to be a different story. Who will win? Elsewhere, Chelsea will mail welcome Paris Saint-Germain, the familiar foe that they dealt with in the Summer Club World Cup Championship. And in that process, Chelsea lost their head in the first leg of the round of 16, losing 5-2 away in Parc des Princes, thereby putting their qualifying hopes in double jeopardy. Can Chelsea balance a deficit of 3 goals and go ahead to score 4 goals, possibly without Paris Saint-Germain replying? Well, the god of soccer is pretty much alive, and if they believe, they will achieve. Also, Manchester City will make welcome the biggest game of the night. Manchester City will make welcome Real Madrid in another balance of 3 goal deficit, having 3-0 first in the first leg of this tie. Only one man ran a show against Manchester City in the person of Federico Valverde, peeping a resounding hat-trick to dent Pep Guardiola's men's hope of qualifying for the round of 16. I mean, it was a very, 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 very tense game for Guardiola at Madrid. And he couldn't believe his eyes to see that his side are trailing 3-0 up, 3-0. And, it looks like a much bigger load for Pep Guardiola, but then anything is possible and everything is possible in Champions League night. This is all for now. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Let's go.